Okay. All right. We are live. Okay.
We
now,
are
episode
live.
42. You see, the guy is already doing the hand, whatever counting it is, episode 42. Now, welcome to the Three Marketeers Show. Good evening. This is Jason. I have my co-hosts here, Manfred and Andrew. The Manfred is always in the yellow color and Andrew is always in the black color and he's floating it over there. And we have Gerra today. Now, it's episode 42, right? It's already kind of like reaching the halfway of the show. I think we got to bring somebody very interesting over here. So this is probably the most eccentric guest we have ever had. I don't know whether she's going to break. She's going to crank up. I don't know. I don't know what will happen in today's show.
I'm sitting down today. So,
yeah, but I'm just going to sit by side and see what's going to happen because, we talk about personal branding. Somebody has to be, a personal brand has to be somebody who really has the personality, right? So that's why we bring the best person to talk about the personality. So Gerra came, I will do the introduction now. Today we're going to talk about personal branding. And let's check out, we quite a number of people over here already. Chiwai, number one. Okay, I give you an award. Okay.
Good evening, Chiwai.
You got award. Okay, award. Always number one commentator. And we have Adrian here. What's up? And Gamers Grow. All right.
Finally, so long. I haven't seen you.
Gamers Grow, I haven't seen you for a while, man. Where have you been, man? So, okay, now. Here's the show. Today's show is about personal branding. Okay, so if you guys are ever thinking about building a personal brand like Gerra, then probably you have to come in and listen to this episode. So if you need to share this to your friends and whatnot, please go all the way. I give you about 3 seconds to share. After that we're gonna go roll already because Gerra is gonna I don't know. It's her show. That's why we're talking about.
Today is a circus show, man.
Yeah, I mean we were asking the question. Why not Rara? By the way, why Gerra?
Why Rara? Why?
I don't know. You would say why Gerra? Why not Rara?
Oh, that's by Manfred. He was asking, just give the audience some context. Why he was asking why is my name Gerra? I'm the only Gerra he knows in his life ever. Okay, so the story about this is originally my name is not Gerra. I went to the fortune teller and I changed my name.
Your original name is Jenny.
No lah.
You guys it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Also, that's how you change lah.
Yeah. Okay. It was actually Geraldine.
Okay.
So do you think I said Gerra or Geraldine?
No, Geraldine is too.
I think it somehow suit Rara.
Ladylike.
I don't like it.
And
I don't know.
Gerra is more you lah.
Yeah, I also think so.
100%. So I mean. Gerra came into my universe through my program, of course. She joined my 6-day challenge, and after that, she kind of the most cranky student I've ever had, kind of thing. Then outspoken. Very interesting experience. Outspoken. Then she went through a lot more things with me, and she was like, and now I really cannot. I must take her as my, trainer in one of my programs. That's why the reason why we bring her here is because we really want to let her, fire.
Take the limelight.
Take the limelight and let people show. I mean, basically.
I'm cranky, man. I where got cranky?
No lah. I'm just gonna use that word, so that
Not
people
yet.
can feel in the context.
Not yet.
They can just feel it. See, have you ever seen a guest come in with the clip and all that with that? Now you know.
Yeah.
Now you know. I was challenging her to do the bao zhou po rolling kind of thing, the hair roll thing, but.
I did it before you said it.
I know. So I just thought we'd bring a cigarette kind of thing, but it's banned. So basically, okay, now today's talk about the personal branding. Enough all this crappy thing. So Gerra does a very interesting thing. Let me do the honor to do a bit of introduction about this lady over here. She is an attraction designer. That's a very interesting kind of positioning where she has a very unique so-called framework to actually help those people, especially business owners, to find their voice and tone in terms of standing out. Because here's the thing, here's what we understand about the digital sphere right now. Because it actually gets crowded in a way, because everybody seems to have the power to come in, kind of build a personal brand with very little investment and whatever. And, if you catch on the fire, you will catch on fire. But for businesses, here's the thing, we want to be seen and heard. But often than not, right, when business owners or solopreneurs or experts or a lot of other people out there, when they're trying to navigate the, kind of to them is uncharted water, you need a guide. And that's why Gerra has a very interesting framework to do that. But before we roll to the questions, Gerra, that's my introduction. Okay. But why don't you just share with us about a little bit more in depth about what you do and how you do it and stuff like that?
Specific. Wow, so general this question. I don't even know where to start.
Just throw the ball over. Let's see what you catch and see what you play with the thing. So I mean, yeah. How you ended up with doing what you do right now?
How did I end up? Oh, okay. So last time I was in the optical line.
Okay.
And then I hated my environment because yes. So I'm an optometrist. I was an optometrist. And then I actually hated what I do because of the environment is so I don't know, it's very long hours. And it's I always get bullied by colleagues, by my bosses, a lot of weird politics going on. Yeah, no, last time I
thought
was
you bully people only.
after that I bully people because they
I
bully
see.
me.
So your past experience actually have
Define me.
an effect.
No lah, I don't
Yeah.
bully people, but I stand up for myself
Right.
so that people don't bully me anymore.
Okay.
And that's also the reason why I changed my name because out of nowhere, right? Like you know, those backstabbing arrows will just come and shoot me in the back when it has nothing to do with me, man.
Right.
So I find that it's damn weird. Then it's like X Factor. I mean not X Factor. Or rather X-Files. Like you cannot even explain why. So that's also the reason why I went to change my name. Then after that, right, I realized I'm not going to be doing like this life for long. So then I went to take up something that is totally different. So I went to like beauty school, I did graphic design and stuff, right? And then I realized because the reason why I did it is because aesthetics is super important. And we are often being judged by first our appearance before we even say anything. And that's also what happened to me last time lah. You know, even when you go interviews for work, they also judge you by your resume and on your photos, what?
That's very
Actually, resume shouldn't put photo lah. That's my
First
view.
impression.
They should actually because if you are very visual, if you don't put photos, all you see is a sea of words, which may be even nonsense also when they write. Then like you cannot read this. You're hiring the person, but you're not hiring the person who wrote the resume. So I think definitely the photo also cannot not include lah. I feel.
So you think the photo is important in the resume? Guys, if you guys have any objection about what we discuss over here, bring it on, man. Bring it on. You know, we'll see whether we can actually get Gerra to argue with you guys. You know, wow, that's the best thing, right? You know, just now at the backstage, kind of like heated up just now, but it's fun. It's fun. Okay, so then after that, you took up all these things, you transformed yourself. But how actually you end up become an attractions designer? I mean, how was the journey like?
So actually, I've been doing my own business of like helping business women with their appearance for 12 years. And all along, I've been doing a lot of back-end marketing, like, you know, also helping some selected clients on like the socials, the marketing, the storytelling, the brand presence and everything. It's just that I didn't openly bring it out because I was really happy, you know, going to events, you know, dolling beautiful people, that kind of scenario. So I didn't see the need to, you know, do further than what I was enjoying at that time lah. But I wasn't new to this because personal branding is what is really the one that actually has helped me go so far today and also to sustain a business. Because right now nowadays, who can actually come up with or rather build a business, right, and then sustain it? Because starting something is really easy, but if you want to maintain it, you want to keep it profitable, you want to keep it like, you know, lean enough, happy to be doing it, it's not easy at all. Yeah.
I agree.
Great.
Wow.
Makes sense.
Wow. That's kind of like really feeling the context of who this lady is. That's why she has been standing in this business for 12 years. I like the dolling up part because I think that's a very heated up discussion where everybody would actually hold different so-called, what do we call, opinion on this thing. Like Manfred was saying, oh, you shouldn't put the photo in that. Why? Because people judge you.
Me no, actually the machine always read the text the photo the machine don't read That's why I know the AI already do the filtering already. But never mind,
Does this apply? Does this
She's the
apply
expert,
to guys, Gerra?
Definitely, but you know why the reason I mainly serve a lot of women is because they are firstly more willing and open to like, you know, learn. They are more teachable. I'm so sorry to say, like, and then like there is this syndrome about guys, right? They believe in something that they believe, right? It's very hard to change it, even though they may end up wrong.
So what would be your advice for Manfred?
Sorry.
Over there.
Yeah, okay, any guys here.
No, I think it's fine. You know, all guys are very, you know, chilling and all that. But I do believe in. Somebody actually told me that your face is your first name tag.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, that's the first name card. So whether people like you or don't like you, whether people would actually want to discuss with you further on that thing, it's really based on the first impression. So for some reason, right, whether you like it or not, I think we are in a visual world, like what Gerra mentioned just now, right? Whether you like it or not, you need to actually somehow rather have a way of presenting yourself. Not to say that because one way or another, like people like me, ugly cannot change already. We cannot become handsome, we cannot become pretty and all this kind of thing. But
No,
at
you quite
least
inside what?
no, we're not going there. We're not going there. But somehow, what's important here is what we need to be able to present ourselves in the way we should. At least to look presentable. If you're not presentable, then it's very difficult now. Agree or not?
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, that's somehow I think because I kind of agree after a while saying that your face is your first name card, but it's not about pretty or handsome. It's about being able to bring out yourself. So that's part and parcel of personal branding. So that goes to our first question over here, right? So we already briefly discussed, but we want to understand your take on this thing. What is really put us in the context? Help us understand what is personal branding, and why is it important?
Okay, so for personal branding, right, I feel like if there are two kinds of people. One, I would say generally categorized as employees versus the entrepreneurs, or rather the business people. So I kind of like emphasize more heavily towards the people who are actually in some form of business, either like independent agents, small business owners, micro businesses, brick or mortar business, or even online e-commerce, whatever. Personal branding is even more important for this group of people is because we don't want to just buy things from the brand itself without knowing who is the person behind. Because ultimately, we're not selling anything new. And if you want to sell anything new, it has to be proven, and it's going to take you a really long time and a very steep curve to really prove that your product is worthy because it's so new. So technically, you already know that you're not selling anything new. So what is going to be the differentiating factor? It would be the easiest and most worthy way is your own self with you as the focus. And that is also known as personal branding. And when you actually differentiate yourself between like maybe product A to Z, right? People can actually decide better who they want to buy from, why they want to buy from you, so that their decision that they make ultimately, right, is very strong because it's also emotional on top of logically based.
Because people buy people.
Yeah.
Wow. That's the other side of Gerra that I know. But anyway, just kidding. So, yeah, I think that resonates with what, I think remember one of the episodes, Balkis was saying, it's not about B to C or B to B. It's about H to H. It's about human to human.
Correct.
So one way or another, I like the way Gerra puts it. None of us are selling anything new. Okay. So what we need to do is we just need to make ourselves an obvious choice for people to choose to work with us. I can actually relate this because like last year when I was starting out in terms of like building my YouTube channel, I tell you, I went through such struggle because I was thinking the moment you go to YouTube, you type Facebook advertising, there's like few people. There's so many people with thousands or tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers. Why would I, I wouldn't have a place, I was
It's
just
a very
thinking I wouldn't
crowded
have a
place there.
place.
YouTube
I
is
wouldn't have a
crowded,
place to stand. I was like, when I come out, will people still come and see mine thing and all this kind of thing? But then I realized, no, that's one of the very important thing that because when people see you and feel you and hear you, okay, they feel they know you, and they would make their choice because when they feel they know you, that's the emotional decision already.
Yeah.
So because when people are able to talk, not listen to you talking or understand your stance and all this kind of thing, then basically it's kind of like a personal brand. So in certain angle, I'm not sure whether Gerra you would agree with me. So somehow or rather, in terms of building a personal brand, if there's anything I learned throughout the journey, the past 1 year especially, I think you need to have a stand. It cannot be like the kind of like
People pleaser.
you can't be a people pleaser. You need to have a stand whether you are this or not, So when you have a stand, then people will actually relate. What do you think?
I totally agree because when you are a people pleaser, it means like sometimes subconsciously we are just attracted to people who are very sure, very confident, and most of us are actually lost in like a lot of stuff, and we are over communicate. So we want someone who is really very sure, and not like just because you say A, oh, A is right. Another guy say B is right. Oh, okay, then B is right. Indirectly, it will affect the way we feel, because it feels like um she has no idea or no clue what is the correct decision, or like what suits me the best, and indirectly it will actually repel her away from other people. Because if let's say they were to buy anything from her, like let's say if she is the one trying to be selling a training program, um she has no clear path, or whatever, to bring someone to the destination they want to be at, right? It will actually confuse people. So subconsciously you already pick up on all this like indecision and like unsureness and the vibes and everything. And that's the reason why we cannot afford to be like chasing the winds wherever it goes. I mean, of course, in marketing and business, right, a lot of things will change really very fast. But like you always got to have a clear stand and your value and what are your like mission and stuff. So ultimately you only have 24 hours. You can't as in you can't serve everyone also. And then you want to leave the most quality of your like expertise and your knowledge to the people who really appreciate your value also at the same time. So then you can give your best, and then like co-support each other in the whole like business journey, which will actually be more beneficial, because then you will not even go to a price war, to the price zero thing or whatever you call that. And then you're actually upgrading yourself and your quality all the time.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. That's a very important statement, because that's the start, because a lot of, I mean, I personally went through that experience. That's why I can actually say that through my experience, because yeah, you have to come to a point I mean, if you are a people pleaser, then it will be a bit difficult for you to build a personal brand, because people want to feel relatable to you, whether something they believe in. So let's see, before we actually move to the next question, somehow or other we have a few already. Like Adrian said, you're garang. I like that. Garang means fierce. For those who don't understand Malay, fierce. Look at that face, you know that she's gonna like bite you, kind of thing. So the gamers will ask this a very interesting question. So how can someone tune up their X factor?
All right, that's a good
You want to take that, or you just gonna pass it? Gamers Grow, I'm gonna leave it to her. Huh?
Yes.
So I mean, I can take that. So
Oh,
the
right.
easiest way to like answer, right, it may sound cliche to you, right, but I need you to really dig deep. And then like, go and reflect back on what is your attractive trait that attracts people to you, and tune that up.
Okay.
That even makes sense. But because I don't know like famous
It's not important to make sense or not, as long as it's your answer, that's it.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't matter whether they understand or not,
Doesn't
right?
matter. Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
So dig
Gamers
So
deep.
much you
If
can
you don't
do. They're so
understand,
far
Dig
away.
deep.
Remote.
Yeah, gamer. Dig deep. Maybe it's your gaming expertise that you can charm girls who love to game. I don't know. I'm just talking rubbish.
that's
Maybe
a
Gamer's Throw is tall, so make it deeper, make it taller, wear platform shoes.
Hey, this one my first say one. No, I
It
say.
sounds not that right, but doesn't matter. Manfred 190, you know. So that's the thing.
Supposedly
People
the
talk
tallest
like,
among
It's
all of us.
190, is it? So it's
that dude 190. I need to put a chair to be as tall as him, you know.
Right.
So that's the thing.
So
So
know
anyway,
your strength and strengthen it some more.
wow,
I wish I
so
have
deep,
a hammer right now
You have
to what?
to
To
throw
what?
at him.
So Intan was saying, hello, Intan, hi. So
Hi, Intan.
the Gamer Scroll actually had another one. So is that some truth?
Oh, I was about to ask this.
Fake
Yeah.
it
Oh.
until you make
All
it.
right.
On the confident part. Oh, that's okay.
Yes.
Well, you
So
actually.
You beat me to it,
referring
Gamer
to
School.
the confident part lah, not everything else lah.
So he's more on the confident part. So what do you think? So it's like, is there some truth? Is fake it until you make it? I think that's the similar question that actually Manfred seeded over here. But since it's here already, might as well, right? So let's go on this.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yes. I think there is an element of truth, because sometimes when you are feeling not sure or like insecure internally, right, but when you do things externally, right, it will actually translate your brain to think like you are actually behaving as if. And then of course you must be aware, because I cannot stress enough like awareness is so important. And if you're aware that you SUCK at some point, right? Like, just buck up and quickly find out the way to not, continue at the SUCK stage so that you can level up again and again. So it's not like you continue to fake it and then your quality is always like the same base level or even at negative. So in a way, it also helps because it will help you to either first take the action to translate back to your brain to level up, or you actually think about it and then you really internalize it and you believe it and you translate it out in your actions. So either way it works.
So now that we've passed the 1 minute YouTube,
Go ahead. You do whatever you want. We passed 1 minute.
20 minutes
Already
in already.
20 minutes down already. You do lah. Go on.
so
Andrew.
technically speaking, what you're saying is even if you suck at certain things, you don't show it. But I guess you need to remain calm because I think as leaders, people need to know that they are able to trust you. You're like a big tree, at the roots, it could be broken. You have termites and all things. But as far as you're concerned, the tree remains strong. Then people will shelter unto you. But at the same time, what you're saying that an awareness that, you may not be right or you may not know everything. And you go ahead and, basically level up or skill up. Is that the case?
Yes. Quickly,
Correct.
yes, correct, exactly. So it means like if the tree knows that it's termite infested, right, it has to know that it's termite infested and then just treat itself or whatever, or get some pest terminator. But yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All of a sudden we got this termites thing. But anyway, here's my take. I think the confidence and your field of expertise are two different things. Okay.
All right.
Like for example, that's my take lah. Huh? Like when I first started doing live and all these kind of thing, right? I was like so freaked out. I mean, I was just telling everyone that nobody believed that, but I freaked out to the max. You can ask Jeremiah. The first time I went live and do all these things, right? In fact, not just the first live, the first X number of lives, I was like freaking out. But here's the thing. But the moment I go up there, the moment I talk about something that I'm really into, when I talk about Facebook ads, okay, I forgot that I was in front of the camera because even though I'm not that confident, I'm nervous and all this kind of stuff. But the moment I speak about the topic that I'm in, it will flow. So here's the thing: fake it until you make it. If you're talking about the field or the expertise that you're trying to to portray yourself as, that's a very dangerous thing because you can't fake as an expert. I mean, if you're not an expert, you're not an expert. You can't fake it. So that's just what Gerra said. You need to buck up. You go and fill in. You got to learn something or whatever it is, right? That's what you need to do. But if you are lack of confidence, okay, your knowledge will supersede everything the moment you get into the flow. That's what I think. Agree?
Actually, I think there's also two ways to it. So one is the confidence level, and one is the expertise aspect of it. So if let's say somebody don't know something, but pretend to be able to hold the fort at that moment, but he never claimed that he's going to be the expert, I think that's fine. Because for someone to be claiming an expert or master, right, it has to fulfill a number of hours of repetitive action and work for you to be able to claim that label. Then in another confidence part, right, also sometimes even when we know our stuff very well, but we are so unfamiliar with it, right, we will also still get very nervous, like let's say in front of the camera. Even like for you, right, at least you know that your topic, you're so passionate about it, right, you actually become unaware of the camera, but some of them, they are so aware of the camera, their topic does not help them to get past the fear.
And that is another topic that we will have to look into, because how do you actually get rid of the fear of the camera? Because that's not the confident, it's not a confident thing already, it's another fear.
In a way, yes. So then I think there are things happening in our brain, right? So as long as we are aware, right, we can actually take steps to, prepare ourselves for it. And then, like, I was also like you, when I first started to talk in front of the camera, even though, like, I am nervous, right, I was like, I tell myself, I cannot talk rubbish. So I need to prepare, a script of some kind so that at least I have a framework to follow. That was like what I told myself.
Yep.
And then even though it didn't turn out perfect, right, but at least it was within the boundary of, like, how much I can steer away. instead of me just trying to go all over the place and trying to fake it until you make it, right? Then like, as we say, right, first impressions count. Sometimes we cannot afford to screw up that first impression when we actually put ourselves out there also.
I like what you put up over there. You see, that's why you somehow rather, if you think that your problem is you're confident, then it's not a problem, because the moment you frame yourself within something, just like when you have a slide, where you have all these lists of points that you want to talk about, okay? Even you're aware of the camera, you're nervous about the camera, you are guided. That's why the thing, you can't just go unprepared. It's kind of a thing that, all of us agree over here. So yeah, Manfred, you're going to raise hand.
She will psycho herself, say, I eat bullets in the morning. Oh.
What out of sudden got bullet one way?
Nothing can stop her, lah, basically.
Oh, okay. Quite
Take
random.
bullets for snack. Come and shoot me. Okay.
Okay.
That's so confident. So.
Manfred, I think you're the one who eats the bullets, not me.
You guys settle that, whoever takes the bullet, but we don't have the bullet for the record. Don't come after us. Sorry. Anyway, but Adrian was saying, yeah. Manfred maybe have it. So the right image projected helps to increase your self-esteem. And then you'll magically be able to perform. That's a very interesting one. Would that help? Your outlook, would that help? That comes back to Gerra's expertise already.
Yes and no. Okay, funnily enough, some very beautiful girls have no confidence in their looks and they are forever feeling low self-esteem.
Okay.
Elaborate a little bit, please.
Actually, there are always two sides to a coin. So yes and no. So if let's say your look is the one that's bothering you, for example, and then you're really very aware and not confident because of it, but once you do steps to improve on that, then yes, you will magically be able to transform and perform. But if let's say you look so good, but then the problem is actually something deeper, which of course, someone has to help you to discover what exactly it is, right? Then the image will not even help at all, because that is something even
psychological.
Yeah, in a way, yes. So it's interesting is that he has multiple layers, because we humans are very complicated, right? Then even though, right, my friends always say, Gerra, I don't know where your confidence come from. How come you're doing all the weird shit that I have no guts to do at all? I say, I don't know. I just self-amuse myself. I feel happy already. That's how I actually latch my confidence into, because I feel like as long as you feel happy doing it, then whoever is can resonate with you, then okay lah, we connect lah. That's why I say you cannot be a people pleaser, because if those who cannot connect with you, then okay lor, then don't come, because it will also give me one less headache to go and entertain the person who don't like me after all.
Yeah, if you don't like me, why come? That's a very interesting thing, right?
Because my intention wasn't to please that person. My intention was to please myself, so that I can bring you happy vibes to the person who can resonate with me. So
I like the idea. I think it's about pleasing yourself. Chimo, wow. Today I know the chim side of Gerra.
Actually, I tell you, I actually look like alien, but actually I'm not alien.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say that, huh?
I didn't say that.
I look like I smoke, but actually I tell you, I never smoke one.
Hey, since when we talk about smoking?
But just now you asked me I should have a cigarette in my hand.
We're just talking about, you gotta do the also potting,
the cigarette,
it's about the portray. I'm not saying that you smoke.
The identity. Yeah, sure. That one I can do. One day I will act another one.
Man, you gotta do that. You do a video, then we're gonna show everywhere. We're just gonna post everywhere. Okay, Adrian will say, correct, teacher Gerra. Wow, this is teacher Gerra. But by the way, since talk about teacher, right? Just a quick plug over here, because Gerra and I are gonna do a class together. We're going to do a training together. It's going to be on the 20th of July. We will talk about how do we actually build your personal brand effectively in the digital era. So it will come by, there are two main part of it. Gerra will take care of her part where she has a very interesting framework called Attraction by Design. So she will share all the things that you can do or need to do in order to prepare yourself to step up, to be able to portray yourself, to bring the best out of you to the people that needs to hear from you. Okay, so that's one part. And then after that, on my part, I'll be sharing with you how I build my personal brand through YouTube. So I have this called the YouTube Domination Framework, which I actually, very simple, I like the word domination lately. It was coined by, it was like, with the help of Chun Yen.
Dominating YouTube.
Yeah, that's why, how do you dominate YouTube? I'm not saying that you need to dominate YouTube as in like the whole world knows about you, but you need to find a niche and you need to dominate the keyword. Like just now I was talking to one of my coachee, he came in through students as well. He's a dentist, okay? But he's a dentist who specializes in one item, but he's not dominating. I was just telling him, you're missing so much money on the table, man. So let's say, for example, if you are Facebook ads, like let's say, take my case, for example, Facebook ads, you can still dominate a certain part of it. Like, you know what I dominate in Facebook ads? Go Google Facebook ads for Shopee. You see tens of videos from Jason Gunn. You cannot find somewhere else. That's how you dominate. And there is a framework to do that. And that's what I'm going to share in the training itself. Never shared before. So that's the training that you want to come in. So that's what we call the personal branding training. I mean, generally, we have another name to it. So just go to this link, tripupacademy.com/personalbrand. I'll be sending out emails anyway. You guys expected that, right? So look at my emails. So that's the
dominatrix also yours.
Email, then you know Andrew will come out another angle to talk about this. Andrew is the expert. I dominate a lot of shit. But the moment you find your angle, right, you can dominate a lot of things. But what we want to frame up, in this class itself is about dominating, finding your personal brand and dominate YouTube, because there's a very simple reason why you want to go YouTube, because it's a search engine. It's unlike others like Facebook and Instagram, and it's the second largest search engine owned by the largest search engine anyway. So that's how the whole thing works. All right. So just a quick plug over here. Awesome. All right. So coming back to this, we have a very interesting statement from Intan. Intan is saying confident more important, because if you are confident, any type of questions you confidently answer that. What do you think?
Confidence and wisdom.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So it's about the confidence and wisdom, and you gotta be able to answer that. You gotta have it, right?
Correct, exactly. The funniest thing is I meet a lot of people in my all throughout my life, like happily interesting people, right? They are so confident, right? They don't even know they say weirdest shit ever. Like, it's so annoying.
Really?
I'm sorry again.
So you're saying they're confidently stupid?
Again. Yeah. What?
No, I'm not saying. If you're confidently empty, is that the right word?
No, confidently stupid lah.
Delusional. Sorry.
Okay.
All right.
You don't have it, but you still confidently portray that as if you have it. That's delusional in a way.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Then you're talking bullshit lah, for sure.
But they thought they
raised their hand. Yeah. What, Manfred?
This reminds me of a story. Someone back in school days, there's this girl get 85 points, cry, never get 100 points. Well, I should work harder, I should score 100. Then I saw another guy who fold his results slip, so happy through the plane. And I pick it up, I open up 40 points out of 100, and that guy's still running around cheering, I am the champion. Sometimes see how you see things. Some people 40 points to him, no big deal. I'm still very confident, I'm still the guy. Right, the other one, 85, still not happy, you're still 100. I'm very sad. So
people are very hard.
It's really how
one
to
is
see,
smart but low self-esteem. The other one is basically ignorant but confident like shit lah.
So you pick what you want or
if he 10 more marks 50 he pass, can justify his happiness.
Life is not one exam paper lah. It's just a part of life only lah. So don't be too uptight. That's very.
I think the guy will grow up to be a very good entrepreneur one day.
I believe so.
Yeah,
because instead of chasing perfection, right, instead you look for things, you make progress, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a very important thing. That's a very, very important thing, because
I don't know whether the parents share your same sentiment or.
I don't care about parents. Okay.
I feel like, because I can study one, but I choose not to study too much, right? If you ask me to choose again, right?
Wow.
Self-brag again. Oh my goodness. I would choose being more street smart than academically smart. Anytime over and over again.
Yep.
How do you measure street smart? Honestly, every time everybody keep mentioning street smart, my first question is, how do you measure? Seriously, how do you measure?
Do you think you're street smart or academically smart?
What do you think? Guys, let's do a quiz over here, since everyone, quite a number of people are actually watching this.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting one. Okay. I'm going to bring this down. Intan, thanks for the question. Now,
Let's
guys,
do it.
Moment of truth. Manfred, look at the guy on the top left. Do you
Rate
think
from
he's
1 to
street
5?
smart? Or what? Street smart or what smart?
Or book smart.
Academic smart.
Okay.
Oh,
1 being
academic
book smart, 5 being street smart. So
Well, 1
rate
and 5.
from
Okay,
1
1
to
and 5. 1
between 1 to 5 lah.
between 1 to 5. 1 being
Yes.
street smart,
No,
5
1 being
being
book smart.
smart.
1 being
Wow.
okay lah, whatever lah.
Oh, not many people are actually watching this lah, but I would really like to hear from you guys. Wait.
Yeah.
How about we vote internally? We vote internally. We self-amuse ourselves first.
We vote internally. Wait.
No,
I'm gonna
first
vote.
impression,
I'm gonna vote
yeah,
openly over here. I'm gonna vote openly over here.
let the audience do the voting lah.
You guys do the voting, but let me vote first.
40 plus.
And you guys can go in and vote one, by all means.
You can do Manfred, you can do Gerra.
I respect you, Manfred. I give you this.
Come back to my question also. Oh, Jason already voted. See, Jason voted already.
I voted already.
No, how do you measure street smart? Book smart is easy to measure, but street smart how to measure?
Okay, so I'm not very good at measuring, but like the way how you can determine whether you're street smart or not is also whether if people are enjoying, like, talking to you. Maybe you can give them insights, not in the way where it's only purely philosophical or like super.
So you think it goes philosophical very much on the book that you believe is the academic smart?
I would say street smart is more of connecting with people.
That's kind of there.
And also the way how you navigate yourself with the least resources at the lowest possible, maybe the price, that's also part of the measurement, that how resourceful you can be, how you leverage your network or community, and also like how you connect with people. Plus, of course, if you have IQ and EQ and everything else, that means today you got nothing, you won't die because you studied too much.
Manfred's face doesn't represent the 3 marketers, but anyway, I'm not going to please you anyway. So Manfred, you like it or not, that's the answer. Can or not? You guys want to fight elsewhere. So but that's a good one. I think that's a good one because essentially, both are smart. Let's put it this way. I'm not trying to discount either one of this. Both are smart. It's just that the Manfred's question is very much how do you measure street smart. But I like Gerra's answer to that because in my opinion, I would choose being street smart over and over again. But nonetheless, like I said, we're not trying to discount book smart because it's important. It's just that, it's a choice. Right? I'm not saying that it's either right or wrong. All right. So anyway, we just got him our first question only, So let's come to the second one.
I thought we moved on.
We were only talking about what's personal branding and why is it important. Then we probably want to come back to the digital era. It's only the second question. Something went wrong.
It's not third one.
This is the second one.
Okay.
This is the second one. What are the benefits of having a personal brand in the digital era? So that probably will frame us to the next part of the discussion over here. But what's your take, Gerra?
The benefits of having a personal brand is to make sure that you're always at the top of the mind awareness and not drowning in everybody else's shit.
And I'll say it's especially important to have a personal brand in the digital era because it is, although I was just saying that it's a lot more crowded and all that, but it's also a lot more easier for you to get seen and heard.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, yes and no, because there's a lot of learning curve using a lot of weird platforms, because it's like
weird
a lot of
and our friend just started TikTok. Oh my God, Manfred. I mean, that's another part of the story. We talk about that, but then again, Gerra, you go on.
So I'm just saying, right? It seems easy, but then like, how effective is it? Is the key. Effectiveness. It's very easy to put something out, but whether does it hit the intention that you want? If let's say you're in business, your intention is definitely to grow a business and to sell it. But if what you're putting out are like posts that doesn't resonate, which means it's not effective, and that's going to be difficult for you because you don't know how to do it.
And it's also about choosing the right platform as well.
Yes,
I mean, some people will say that all platforms, you got to chase the latest or whatever luminous product or whatever shiny platform over there. But I think it's important to find the right platform. Like Andrew, after we discussed and all that, Andrew said, Andrew is rooting on LinkedIn at the moment and Facebook, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Any reason LinkedIn? Because your audience is there.
My audience is there.
B2B,
Yeah. Same thing. I would go
Decision makers.
Yeah, I'll go YouTube and Facebook. YouTube first, because for my case, people need to search to find me. People need to feel that they found me, that kind of thing. A lot of people came to me to find me. But Manfred, why TikTok?
I thought this one reserved for the last time.
Since we talk about platform, right?
Okay, I mean, it would be nice if you are present in all the platforms.
Well,
but realistically or even logistically, you got to start and dominate, like Jason mentioned. You got to dominate one platform first, be very strong, and eventually you then branch out. Because if you're trying to do TikTok, you're trying to do Pinterest, you're trying to do Facebook and all those things, without even nailing down, like Gerra mentioned, without even nailing down your personal brand, what you stand for and what people look at you in the first impression, you're all spread out, and unless you have a team behind you. But you're going to end up sending multiple different set of messages. So for us, and for me personally, these are the two platforms I want to nail down first. Eventually, yes, I will branch out into even Clubhouse and all things. But for now, let's get this one done first, before the foundation is there, before you grow.
I think that's a very good, a summary from Andrew. You see, I have personally tried a lot of other platforms as well. But bottom line is, here's what Gerra mentioned. We all have only 24 hours, and you can ask Manfred.
After we sleep, right? Probably only 17 hours.
Yeah.
You can pop some pills that don't sleep, but that's not very good, not long term. Okay.
Damn random.
The part on the platform, I think it's, no matter what platform you choose, it's very important to understand the platform's algorithm, what the platform is trying to push. Say, example, IG is pushing for story. Facebook is, I can't remember what's the last one they were trying to push. Okay, so algorithm plays one part. Then the other part is the people who actually use the platform, what kind of behavior. And it's true, no? Sometimes when you use Facebook, the same person use Facebook, behave differently in IG and TikTok. Same person.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, no? You change, no? Seriously, I'm not joking. When people tell me this,
then the best thing is when they go TikTok, they go crazy also.
They go crazy. So it's different. But I think if you want numbers, I can tell you Instagram video post only 1 minute, then TikTok 3 minutes. So for me to cut video, of course I take the 3 minutes one. 1 minute very difficult for me to compile. Kind of.
Yeah. By the way, Manfred started. Later we will talk about his experience. It's a very interesting experience, So wow, that's nice. I think that's a very interesting discussion over here, because I think to sum it up, it's important to know how and to know which one, on this topic itself. You can't be everywhere. Of course, you want to be everywhere, but at the end of the day, it's not beneficial for you because you will burn yourself out. So essentially, you need to understand your business and which one you want to be. Like, if you are truly B2B, then you have to go LinkedIn. For some reason, you got to master that because that's where people are. But if you are looking at the searchability, in fact, I think most businesses are actually suitable for the searchability part. That's why I put it up as a joint training together with Gerra, because I want to nail that. I want to help you nail that. Okay, everybody can start a YouTube channel and do something very interestingly. Now, if you want to do YouTube, then that's the class that you have to go. So yeah, to find your platform. Now, the next question would be, Gerra, how do I find my brand voice and tone?
Interesting.
I mean,
that's a good one.
Yeah, from Manfred. Anyway,
one word answer I will give is
keyword.
Yeah.
So unexpected, right? Please elaborate, Miss Gerra.
What's keyword, man? I thought that's only for search.
No, every one of us have keywords to describe ourselves.
Oh, is it?
Oh, can you share with us what's your keyword?
What's Manfred's keyword, by the way?
I knew you.
Yellow.
I'm not sure whether it's the right thing or not.
Okay, I'm going to refrain from drinking just in case if I. Okay, tell us.
Please tell us.
So what you want me to say?
Why keyword? Why keyword?
Yeah.
What's Manfred's one? Why one questions?
Okay, what's keyword first? Let's do the serious stuff first.
Serious one.
Yeah.
So keyword, right? So for mine, okay, so if let's say you're not sure, you can always ask your friends. I think because when how people perceive you can also be used as part of your personal brand. And how you perceive yourself can also be amplified to become your personal brand. So for my keyword is fun-loving, confident, and one more I forgot already. But anyway, my keyword always change one. So
okay. So it's okay to change.
it's okay to change. Yeah, as long as it's really you and you're like comfortable in that. Because sometimes, as I say, right, in marketing and business, things change. But you must be clear at least, right, to fix maybe 2 keywords so that your brand voice and tone is always consistent. And once you have dominated something, you can change. If you haven't dominated something, which means that is not working, then you can change. As long as it suits you, I feel like.
So basically still have to change.
No, it depends, because I don't find like you need to be someone who you're not. Right? Okay. If let's say that the change is because, right, before COVID happened, things are going well. Then when COVID happened, things are not working well. You're not going to change, man. Right?
No, change, man. Hey, yo, tell you.
You're not going to change, man. Your clothes dirty already. You also need to change.
Hey, I tell you.
Adrian is asking, what's my keyword? Adrian.
Oh yeah. Adrian just echoed my questions. Yeah.
How
do you find your keyword?
So the thing is, I mean, I have a way to find a keyword. Then what I review now or what?
No, just a bit. But what's Manfred's keyword? I think that's a more serious question. Review is good. Now Manfred's keyword.
I know I have one keyword for him. Random.
Random. Manfred. So Adrian, you're settled. You settled backstage with Adrian. I'm just clue over here.
Adrian is asking you the opas, all the opas. What do you think is a keyword?
Yeah, Adrian. No, we're not going to answer that. We're going to we're going to focus on the Manfred's keyword. Yellow is correct. Random is somehow. Okay. And tall, 190, right? Although we don't know that you are tall, to be very frank, it's very difficult for us to visualize that like that. But anyway.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We only discovered this in episode 40.
Yeah.
You mean
kind of, right? 40,
40 weeks already. After 40 weeks
later, we only know that this guy is that tall. But I think that's a very interesting way of looking at the tone and the voice. So guys, if you guys need help, basically you got to join the training, because Gerra has a framework where she's going to help us find that keyword, which is a very important start, I would say, because without having that, right, you don't have a yardstick, you don't have a guidance, you don't have a, it's kind of like that thing,
Your starting point, wherever you want to go, you have to start with where you are, your starting point, and then you build up from there. Good.
Correct. That's a very interesting one. Now, I mean, we have these but because just now the Gamers Grow actually brought this up, but I think fake it till you make it. How relatable is this to personal branding? This is more specific, because just now Gamers Grow's question was very much on the confidence. Yeah, but I think when Manfred put this question in, we like it very much because this is on the personal branding side. Gerra, do you have your take on this?
Okay, so my take on this, because we are emphasizing also on the digital era, right? So if you hear some songs, they say you can be anyone you wanna be behind the screen.
Which song?
What song?
That's not a song, but the message is
Gerra.
anyone who you want to be.
Okay.
Right? So in a way is, if you're not sure who you want to be, right, you pick maybe today you pick one character and then you try to model after maybe Thor. Model after Thor. You think you're Thor, you behave like him, you eat like him. You believe you're Thor, right? People also believe you're Thor because you are in the digital era. Until you show your face, people will not know you're not tall.
Gerra, you're very tall. You're very, very tall. Super tall. I challenge you one-on-one on basketball.
Oh my goodness, not boy.
Start rapping, oh my God. Unbelievable. You have a new keyword, Manfred. Next time, every time you come on the show, you got to find one lyrics to rap. That's your new. Anyway,
My keyword for Manfred is unpredictable.
totally, man. You have no clue. He raps.
Not random, it's
Anyone heard
unpredictable.
that? If you missed that, rewind and play back on that part. He rapped just now. But anyway, so
Minute 49 or something.
we only found out at the episode 42.
No,
That's
he keep too
another-
long already. He need to let it go already.
That's another milestone. That's another I don't know, keyword
Achievement
unlock.
unlock.
Let's put it. Yeah, keyword unlock, right? So
So
I
how do you remain authentic? I want to use the word authenticity, but I sure can pronounce it. Okay, that's good. Yeah, how do you remain authentic then?
How do I remain authentic?
Yeah.
I make my strengths and my weaknesses my leveraging tool.
Your strength and your weaknesses as your leveraging tool.
Yeah, a lot of times, right? We are not authentic is because we keep sharing
Strength.
yes, correct. Like today I close a deal. Today I make 100K. Today I make another 50K. Today I bought a new Mercedes, that kind of thing. After a while, right, it's like, okay lor, then. But then authentic means, right, you're willing to put yourself out there to share, right, like what kind of shit happened to you today and what can you take back from it after that. And then today, how badly you failed. Tomorrow you keep failing and then you are like depressed and then you just don't feel like doing anything and then you just want to curse and swear at everyone, You just, I don't know, cranky all the way. That's authentic.
be vulnerable in a way. Be authentic and
Be
be
vulnerable,
You cannot be like, always shiny and look good outside. Right?
Yeah, correct. And then like sometimes in a way, right, there's always the mask that we want to put on. It is true that we need to put on a mask, but we still need to show who we really are without the mask.
True.
At the
I like
right
that.
time.
That's philosophical. Today, Gerra is philosophical.
Yeah, how come I suddenly become so philosophical?
I have
Yeah,
no
I have to attend the
What you
class
talk just
for
now,
personal brand in order to go deeper with you on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that statement. What was that?
No, so I was telling Gerra I have to attend the class on personal brand in order to go deeper in this.
Yeah.
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 So if you guys want to learn more about personal branding, about being authentic, about knocking it in the digital era, join Jason and Gerra's class, which is happening when, by the way?
It's on the 20th. Usually
On the
Tuesday.
20th
On the 20th is a Tuesday. Yeah, 20th.
At 3 p.m.
At 3 p.m. as usual.
His
So that's
favorite
a link to go. Even if you're watching the replay, right? After that, we'll still turn it into a recurring class or evergreen class where you can still go in and learn anyway. So that's where we go. But thanks for the plug. Now, we have a very interesting things coming in. Like first thing first, these uncles are very serious. That's why we are, right? Are we not? I don't know. We try to be. We put up a mask.
Yeah, that's why I've been trying. I tell you, I've been trying to break down this uncle's mask for so long. Adrian, we must work harder.
Gotta work harder.
Being serious is our way of having fun.
That's Andrew, ma. Andrew,
are you kidding me, Andrew?
Yes.
Being serious is your way of having fun.
Yeah.
Super contradicting, my friend.
Wow.
I
cannot.
Philosophical. Cannot understand one, ma.
Yes.
Anything you cannot
Strength and
understand,
weakness put
philosophical.
together.
Philosophical. That's a
Then
very
they say,
deep
wow,
thing.
this guy's so smart because I don't even understand the fellow.
What the heck is talking about, man? I have no clue.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Must be very smart.
So, Gamersco is saying, so asking clients and friends to describe is a way. It's the way. But I wouldn't say it's the way, right, Gerra?
It's not the way. It's one of their way.
See, teacher speaks.
Right.
That's the teacher face over there.
To learn
I
more, join the
How
class.
Gamersco look like Lee? Now suddenly, because
We have no clue. We have no clue.
He's based in Singapore for information.
Oh, okay.
So we sure it's a he lah.
That's
I
an
don't know.
interesting one.
I don't
Are we
know.
sure it's a he or it's a she?
That's.
Oh yeah. Maybe.
I mean,
maybe you are
chicks who are very good gamers in the first place.
That's
true. I totally agree. But because
I
the
totally 100%.
colors, the whatever
Right.
logo is that?
That's a
It's very,
Viking logo.
it's very male. It's very male vibes.
I see.
So he's Shim. He's trying to type Shim, right? I don't know. Anyway,
No,
so
no.
Shim. I don't know when. Anyway, vulnerable and confident seems to be a thin line. Huh? What's the take?
Vulnerable and confident seems to be a thin line.
Is there a line in the first place?
Not necessarily lah.
No.
You can be vulnerable at the same time. You can confident because the moment I'm confident, but I have my low time.
I'm confidently vulnerable.
Poche.
Today I have so many all these
I know, man.
coin words. I don't know. I gotta actually write down and record and put it into the book.
Yeah,
don't know what
must
happened
put
today.
inside our YouTube keywords already.
Yeah, serious man. I'm not sure whether anybody will search for these keywords. But
I know,
we
that's
have a very
why.
interesting one. Shim. What the heck is
Yeah.
that? Anyway.
This she together call Shim.
All right.
Shim.
That's fine with me.
That's what you interpret. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I interpret. That's usually
Yeah,
what we also use.
Yeah.
So
What's the
when
other
I-
word for it? What's
I
the
don't know.
other
I
word
don't
for
know.
it?
No clue.
Can't remember.
All right. So
Anyway,
wow.
great for you.
Yeah. So okay, before we go, we just take this up. This is a very interesting question.
Go 4 minutes.
5 minutes to go. So one
Right,
last
let's
question for you, Gerra. Let's take.
Mm.
I want to hear from you about this. What's the greatest hit or miss of your personal branding journey? What's that?
greatest is okay. I would say the greatest hit and miss, right? It seems to fall under the same category. So the miss is like that I wasn't aware of the framework earlier, so I couldn't apply it even more effectively. But the greatest hit was this personal branding has always helped me to grow my business and to sustain it until today. It's just that I don't have the framework fast enough to go to a better level. But because maybe, right, at that point in time, no COVID ma. So a lot of things are very obscure. Like there was no urgent need or no hurried need to put things into perspective as much as now, because right now a lot of it is unknown and we are over drowning. Suddenly the e-commerce boom. Suddenly online shopping has become the norm. Like those who hate online shopping love online shopping right now. So things has changed, like just like that, like just flipping the coin. So that was also the changing pivoting time that we had to really react very fast, which I'm actually thankful for lah, because it also pushed me to come up with this framework that I realized that I'm filling the gap in where so many businesses are still struggling right now. And like, I think this training, right, would benefit so many people because it is the one key thing, right, that YouTube, social media, videos, personal branding, how do you put yourself out there, right, is going to be the proven framework, right, for anyone who is in business to keep using this effectively as long as they are in business. So it is an evergreen thing. It will never stop until the day you retire.
Right.
It should never stop.
So it's like a superpower that you learn it and you can benefit from it for the rest of your life. I think that's a very important thing because especially business owners, because as we put it at a very early stage, if this is the thing that you want to do, you are a business owner, you're an expert, you're a solopreneur, you're whatever you are, as long as you want,
Agents, whoever,
as long as correct, as long as you're in a business that you need to be seen and heard. It's very important. If you're not seen, you're not heard, you get drowned in the whatever sea out there. You don't get discovered, you don't get found, you don't get business, and you can't survive.
Correct. Even if you don't do business, right? Like sometimes you need some people to come and like pay attention so that they can actually help you in something that you want. It may not have to be monetary, right? That's how you benefit from it because they already know who you are. First on their mind is like, oh, I know this person. I know I'm going to refer you to him. Sometimes it just doesn't have to do with anything more than just like a favor that is so important in your life. You never really know. So I feel like it is really an evergreen skill and something that is very crucial and essential to have, especially now, the new norm. No one now knows what happens. And then like this is an asset that we bring with us because we are the focus, ma. It's not like anybody else that you transfer this onto and then like after that it's useless. No what? It follows you all the way you're young all the way until you're old, from business all the way you to grow your business. You will never run, because I said already, we're not selling anything new. It's just a repackaging of concept with a proven framework that is like, more effective, more lean and mean to help more people get seen and heard.
Wow.
I like that. I like that. That's a very strong
That's
statement. So guys,
very well said.
yeah, so Gerra has a group. Gerra has a Facebook group where she actually shares tips and things about personal branding in that group. Sometimes she shares weird things as well. I'm in that group. So anyway, join that group. And, Gerra, you have anything to say about the group? Everybody must answer all the questions, right? Is that what you mean?
Apparently, that's
yes,
the
yes,
case.
yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Because in order to join the group, I have set some questions, and just have to answer those so that I understand more about roughly who is coming in. And then I will be happily, readily accepting you inside. Because those who don't answer, I'm like, okay, when I'm not happy, I just don't accept.
She has the right, she's not happy, she doesn't accept. So it's up to you.
Most of the time she happy one lah. Yeah.
Oh, yo, Manfred seems to know her very well.
Yes.
You guys.
All right.
Anyway,
Website of the week.
That brings us to the end of the show. Now, before we go, Manfred, you're up.
TikTok
Okay.
Manfred.
The TikTok.
Website of the week. Wow.
So which one are we bringing in?
Let me share with you the VIO first. Let me choose my screen. Let's take a look at the.
Your screen is
Can you
not
share
up
the
yet.
screen?
Wait. Yeah. I was just now scrolling this thing.
Okay, I'm
Looking
bringing
at
it.
the price.
There you go.
Okay, first of all, show you I already signed up this one to do the subtitles. Why am I doing this? It's because we have ventured into TikTok. I'm responsible for cutting the previous show into snippets. So I am showing you what I have been doing for the past few days. For example, I am putting up one of the old videos, you see? So normally I will put square.
So you're doing these videos and putting up on TikTok lah.
Yeah, maximum 3 minutes. Then I need subtitles. It will auto-generate. Then actually
The free version doesn't burn the subtitles, right? Into the
no,
video.
there will be a watermark down there over here.
Okay.
But the TikTok logo will be also over here. And actually there are ways to remove it. But
That's okay.
But if you find the watermark irritating, you can actually pay for it. So you can remove the watermark. So for people who are doing this, I would suggest you want to do square images so that you can put the subtitles. A lot of people consume on the phone, on the go. They didn't on the volume. So they'll read the subtitles. But the unfortunate part is the subtitles is not exactly accurate. You still have to manually go and edit the thing.
But
so
TikTok,
you have to
because you want to listen to the audio, it's fine. TikTok is interesting because of the audios.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
The characteristic of TikTok, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
but
because I have
credit
feedback
to you. Yeah.
I have feedback from my friends. They find our YouTube video on Facebook itself is a bit too long, so we cut into all the essence, some of the good parts, into TikTok 3 minutes or 1 minute. Because IG is only 1 minute, TikTok is 3 minutes.
No, IG got IG story.
Story is 15 seconds. IGTV can do a lot.
IG story can go up to 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, is it?
IGTV or IG story, Gerra?
IGTV.
IGTV, yes. IG story is very short.
Story is 15 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
So actually, all the platform can push long and short videos. It's just like whether the audience on it like to listen with or without sound. So TikTok, I like to listen with sound, and not only me like because they got famous because of their sounds.
But for TikTok, a lot of times because ours is more on educational format. If you are up and coming influencer, a lot of Taiwanese TikTok influencers actually copy Douyin. And what Douyin actually is popular, you just copy exactly the same format. Of course, the actor cannot change. Actor cannot be the same. So the actor is different, but everything is the same. You can get at least 10% of the traffic.
Yeah.
That's proven really. So you can just do the same. That's why a lot of TikTokers, they are doing the same thing.
Yeah, but
For
it's so
our case,
still very entertaining to watch.
yeah, still quite entertaining. So
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
I choose a very long video, so it's taking some time to load.
By the way, just to add some context, Manfred is leading the charge to basically explore TikTok, and it's going to be entirely his effort because I don't know shit about TikTok. I don't think Jason knows.
No clue.
Yeah.
So we take a look at the this is the raw subtitles, so it won't be so accurate.
Yeah, you got to
me
change,
TikTok.
update it.
I'm on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Then you can share some knowledge with Manfred. Then maybe we'll do a session one day.
I'm still playing around with TikTok, but I enjoy it because it's a happy platform.
Okay,
It's
here,
a
right?
happy platform.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Thank you.
Happy platform.
That's interesting.
Can.
Like really, as in, not only I say, it's like people also say like this makes me so happy and I'm so addicted to it. You know, I pay attention to all the little things, the comments. But this is necessary to do when
So-
we are doing digital stuff lah. So yeah,
Jason, like Adrian
Give me
said,
one more
the
minute,
three uncles are so serious. I don't even know whether we're going to survive TikTok or not, man.
Then I have to leave it to Manfred already. I have no
We'll
clue,
leave it to
man.
Manfred
Leave it to Manfred. I have no
make it
clue.
happy.
Okay, so one more screen. So this is our TikTok account. So I just started a few days ago. We have 7
I think
followers.
we put it in. Yeah, we have
Yeah.
several followers. This is the first time I see my face on TikTok. What the hell?
Yeah,
That's
so
a very
3 of us is
interesting
down
thing.
here.
Anyway.
3 uncles are all down here. So the most important part, the 3 Marketeers show on every Wednesday at 10 p.m. GMT +8 live on Facebook and YouTube.
Awesome.
There's a character count. I think 150 characters. Same for the
okay.
caption also. So this
suddenly
is what you
Manfred
can.
I put see one.
Wait. You wanted to show these, right? Let me bring these out. I forgot.
Yeah, bring up. Sorry.
Show what?
Okay.
The 3 Marketeers.
Oh, yeah.
show.
Okay. I was looking for it.
Okay. We have it over here. Wow. So guys, go follow that. It's all Manfred's effort. It's all cool.
Yeah.
So we will, and of course, if you are interested in certain episodes, you can actually tell us in the show. Then I will try to cut it. Those useful. I personally find I use it as a revision.
Dancing, please.
Can I want to dance? No problem. Anytime.
That's only Manfred.
Yes.
That's only Manfred. I don't know. So the random Manfred, the random guy. I don't know lah. So anyone works. You guys go do whatever you want. All right. That will brings us to the end of the show. Thank you so much for
Gerra, thank you so
sharing
much.
with us. Thank you, Gerra, for such awesome sharing. Suddenly, Gerra turns philosophical today. I mean, I still can't blame this, but anyway.
Yeah, wake up.
You know, now we see another phase of you, which is good, right? So,
Teacher
guys,
Gerra.
yeah, remember, if you want to join us, if you want to learn personal branding from Gerra and myself, more on Gerra, I'm just going to show my journey on the YouTube part, how I dominate YouTube, which you can actually take it. Once you have built your personal brand with Gerra, then you can actually use the YouTube part to really magnify and dominate, whatever that your voice is and your keywords is, right? So that's the beauty of it. Now, with that, we will end
Any
the
more
show.
questions from the audience?
Yeah, no, we have a bunch of like gamers. I mean, the gamers were saying officially TikTokers. Wow, awesome. Okay, right? Adrian, thanks, Adrian. All goes to Gerra. And Intan was saying thanks. All right, thank you so much for joining us. That's the episode 42. Remember, we do this every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. GMT +8 Malaysia time. So you can watch this on my YouTube channel as well as our Facebook page. And if you have any questions, feel free to join us. If you can type your questions away, we will do our best to answer that. So see you next week at the same time at 10 p.m. Thank you.
Next
guys.
week we're gonna have an awesome. Next week we're gonna give you an awesome surprise.
Next week we have an awesome surprise. That actually, it's Andrew's effort. It's cool, man. So next week you gotta stay tuned. I'll do my best to do earlier announcement. That's always my problem. I always like.
This time we have to do it. We are going international.
We have a guest.
We are going international.
The state, right? US, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we have a guest from US. That's a very interesting one. So, guys, next week, stay tuned. I don't even know the topic, but Andrew is gonna fill us in. But anyway, see you next week, same time, 10 p.m.
Good night.
Wednesday night. The 3 Marketing Show signing off. Jason, Manfred,
Gerra,
and
thank you
Gerra.
so much.
Thank you. Bye bye. Good night.